What's up, guys? Good evening. We are southbound on the 55 heading to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Got myself a load of paper over there. You guys notice the load boards got quiet all of a sudden? Yeah, that's probably a topic for another video. But anyway, just wanted to touch base on a small topic, but it's a topic that affects us. It affects sometimes your negotiating power to get a better rate. It sometimes affects whether or not a broker will give you work. It definitely affects your insurance, and to the extent that they may cancel you. They may cancel you if your CSA score, that's the topic, if your CSA score isn't good. In fact, Amazon is very easy to get on. You go to their website, you basically fill out information, put in your basic billing information, kind of like you're filling out a vendor packet. You upload your insurance certificates, and you register with a third-party company that's going to, stay verified on your insurances. And provided you don't have a bad CSA score, as long as you're not rated poorly, you could be non-rated, you could be brand new. Amazon will take you the day your authority goes active. However, if you've got issues on your CSA and you've had some out of services, you've had problems, they may not accept you, and some brokers may not accept you, or they somewhat limit your negotiating power. The load's being offered at $2,600, and you're asking for $3,000. Not unreasonable, but they take a quick peek at your CSA, and you're constantly getting out of services. They're quickly going to think to themselves, I'm going to give you this extra money, and then Monday when you're supposed to be at the receiver unloading, you're going to be checking in saying, well, I just got taken out of service and I'm going to be late because I was in violation of hours of service, or my vehicle didn't pass the inspection and I got to call some company to come out and whatever, replace tires, fix brakes, whatever it may be. And so there's also the issue of insurance. So an insurance company, your insurance premium, your rate, is in direct relationship to your CSA score. Unless you get big to a certain point, some companies, when you get to 20 power units, will not use your CSA score. They'll base it on claims. At one point, my little company had 20 power units. In fact, just a year and a half ago, we had 20 power units. And so they wouldn't base it on our CSA score. It was based on claims. So, you quickly learn, I had a little fender bender, I'm just going to stick it in the shop and fix it. I'm not going to file a claim because that's going to affect my premium more so than the CSA score. And so anyway, the remedy for CSA scores, let me start by saying, I've got an insurance gal. If you guys need help with insurance, she actually gave me this idea a while ago when she was first trying to get me to come on board with her company. She kind of explained what they do. So it's kind of simple and really basic. But so let's just say in the last 24 months, you have had 4 inspections, and out of the 4 inspections, you had 2 out of service. So the way they rank you or rate you, that basically says that 50% of the time when you roll into an inspection, you're being taken out of service, which is not good. And so again, when a broker goes to look at, when a broker goes to look at you and tries to determine whether or not he wants to give you the load, or whether or not, he's thinking, he's going to give you the better rate, solely based on what that rate is or what your ranking is, they're going to look at your score and say, So anyway, so the way you remedy this, the way you fix this is rather simple. You had 4 inspections over the last 24 months, and out of the 4, 2 are out of service. So you go through your vehicles, make sure they're up to par, and now if you need help with that, I've got another buddy. He's a retired DOT officer turned consultant. And this guy will come to your vehicle and give it a complete once-over. He will, go through it, inspect it like one of them would, and he'll tell you what you need to get to make that vehicle up to par, including your paperwork. If you're missing documentation in the truck, if you're missing, whatever, he'll go through it just like they would. And at the end of whatever he tells you to do, you should pass. You shouldn't have an issue. So now what you do is you go take that thing and you pull right into the scale house and you ask for an inspection. If you have multiple vehicles, you send them all in. And so over the course of a couple weeks, my insurance agent told me the story that they did this for one of her clients. The client actually was in a situation where they had sent a letter saying that they would not be renewing, a notice of non-renewal, I think is what they call it. And so this person was already on like one of the lower tier underwriters, and so they took an immediate plan of action, had several vehicles inspected, their CSA score improved to the point where they actually went to a higher tier, higher level underwriter that has more stringent guidelines for who they accept, and the trade-off was they got a much better premium, a much lower premium. And so if you guys are in this bind, in this situation, A, I've got the DOT guy for you. B, I've got the insurance person for you. But anyways, and so the simple math for this thing, if you've had 4 inspections and you had 2 out of services, it's real simple. You do a couple more inspections and you pass. So all of a sudden you go from a 50% pass rate or fail rate. All of a sudden you do a couple more inspections, and instead of failing 50%, all of a sudden you go to 30%. You do a couple more inspections and you go down to 20%. And so if you could get 10 inspections and out of the 10 you fail 2, then your failure rate is 20%. And that's very simple. It sounds almost dumb, like really can't be that simple. It's simple math. And so if you can get your vehicles up to par, again, I got the DOT guy for you. If you're in the area of Texas, this guy I believe is based out of San Antonio. He can hook you up. He'll look over your vehicles. He can help you with DOT audits. Truth be told, I met him when he set me up for my new entrant. Now you guys are thinking, really, Miguel, you couldn't handle a new entrant audit on your own? Our new entrant, I think, had 26 drivers and about 20 power units. We grew that fast. And so he got us through it. He put together some awesome packages and, you know, made us look really, really professional. So he can get your truck squared away. He can get you where you're going to pass. And then my insurance agent, she can get you the better policies. If you've received that notice of non-renewal, or if they're threatening to cancel you, she'll get on the phone with them, especially if it's an underwriter she's familiar with. She'll get on the phone with them and get you squared away. She'll get you fixed up. You guys take this strategy of putting more vehicles through the inspections. You're gonna have to excuse all the bouncing. You know, Louisiana's just got wonderful highways. Anyone that's ever been out this way, you know. Anyway, so there's a game plan you can use to help keep your CSA score in check, help keep it under control, and, you know, come renewal time, it helps lower your premiums. And, you know, this is a plan you take, and you need to be proactive with it. Yes, you can be reactive. Yes, if you wait until you get the cancellation notice or the notice of non-renewal, you can do something about it then. But I promise you, if you contact my two people, they'll get you some decent insurance rates, and, you know, you let my bro go through your equipment, tell you what you need to fix up, you know, square away your paperwork, go in there and get a couple passing inspections. That'll improve your CSA score, and ultimately it'll lower your insurance. It will let you get in with some of the higher level brokers. I know companies like Swift, of all people. You'd be surprised. I got a buddy that told me Swift wouldn't accept him because his CSA score wasn't good, and I kind of chuckled and said, "Has Swift looked in the proverbial mirror, or have they not been on YouTube and seen all the videos of their trucks?" Sorry, but yeah. Anyways, but I got a buddy that Swift wouldn't give them work. Swift wouldn't give them work because of one out of service. But of course, the person needs to go out and put more trucks through and dilute the one. That's what it boils down to. You need to dilute the one bad inspection with some good ones. Anyway, I just want to touch base on that. By the way, your CSA score is public record. Anyone can look it up. If you know someone's company name, DOT number, or motor carrier authority number, you can look it up and see what they got. You can see what they've been written for. It's not private information. It's public. We're in a public domain. We service the public, and, you know, every time there's a really bad accident and people die, you know, that's the first thing the news goes and does, you know, and they make it sound like having one, you know, out of service, it means you're the worst company on earth, but that's media, right? Anyways, guys, I wanted to share a little bit about the CSA scores and how you can work on them, and you can fluff them up and make them look better than what they really are. It takes a little effort and a little time, and if you need help getting some of that done, reach out to me. I'll give you the contact information either for my insurance gal. She's pretty awesome. She gets on the horn with these people and makes sure they're gonna play ball with you. And then my buddy, like I said, retired DOT. You know, he's had all the training. He knows what they're looking for, because that's what he did for a living. He was the guy that basically would take you out of service, and now he's helping truckers, you know, do the right thing and not get in that kind of trouble. Sorry, I couldn't see there was a car parked on the side of the road. I'm kind of behind a truck, and he didn't move over, but I like to move over and give them a little room. Anyway, so that's it, guys. I just want to kind of touch base a little bit about CSA scores, how you can work on them, how you can, keep them favorable. My company, we've been able to haul for pretty much everyone we want, and we've never been turned down. So it does work. It does work. It's not always easy, but it works. Anyways, I'm coming up on my interchange. I got to get back over to my map. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.